Welcome to qnawire.
Okay, so I see that you need help with this question. It says rent and other associated housing costs, such as utilities, are important part of the estimated cost of attending at college. A group of researchers at BYU Off-Campus Housing Department want to estimate the mean monthly rent of an unmarried BYU students paid during 2018. During March of 2018, they randomly sampled 314 BYU students and found that on average, students paid $346 for rent with a standard deviation of 86. Plot the sample data showed no extreme skewness or outliers. Calculate a 96% confidence interval estimate for the mean monthly rent on unmarried BYU students in the winter of 2018. State the name of the appropriate estimation procedure. It's point estimation, interval estimation, or hypothesis testing. I want to know why it is what it is. So first of all, I'm going to use the T-score because we're working with samples, with a sample, and we're working with a sample mean and a sample standard deviation. So you're going to do 1 minus 0.96. That equals 0.04. And then 1 minus 0.04 divided by 2. And then that's 0.98, and that's T 0.98 times 313, and that is equal to 2.062. Then you're going to do your mean of 346 plus or minus your 2.062 times your standard deviation of 86 divided by your square root of 314. Then you're going to take 86 divided by the square root of 314, and that is 4.85. I'm just going out to the hundredths place, and then 2.062 plus or minus 346 times 2.062. So I have 346 plus or minus 10.00. So then I have 336, 356. And that is my 96% confidence interval. Okay. 96% confidence interval. Okay. So the margin of error is 10. Let's see, 2 decimal places in interval form, show your work, the correct formula, interpret your so that means that the that on average the students paid between $336 and $356 with 96% confidence. Then it says, so that's the interpretation. Do this by including the 3-part conclusion, level of confidence. So I did that. The interval estimate, how would selecting a 90% confidence interval change the size calculated in the interval? So say you wanted to do a 90% confidence interval. Okay. So then I have 346 plus or minus your T-score is going to change to 1.65. And that is multiplied by 4.85. How I got 1.65 is you're going to do this time 1 minus 0.9. It equals 0.1. And then 1 minus 0.1 divided by 2. And that's 0.95. And then that is T 0.95 times your degree of freedom of 313. And that's how you got 1.65. So then 346 plus or minus 8.007. And so to 2 decimal places, it would be 346 plus or minus 8.01. 346 minus 8.01, and that's 27.99, comma, and then adding that together. Oop, that's not right. 346 minus 8.01. That is 337.99, comma. I'm just going to move this up. And then adding together 354.01. And then suppose that a second random sample of unmarried BYU students was conducted during March of 2018. Using this data, the confidence interval estimated was $340.65 to $345.35. Round to two decimal places. What is the margin of error for this confidence interval? Show your work. So that would be if I took 340 0.65 plus 345.35. If I added those together, I got 686. I divided that by 2, and I got the 343. And I took 343 and I subtracted 340.65, and I got a confidence interval, a margin of error of 2.35. And that would be the margin of error. So I hope that this video helps. This is the middle school math teacher signing.